I tell people all the time that a lot of us, because we've lived such a mundane life unintentionally,
Yeah.
so for 40 years of my life, I really went through the motions. I took the jobs in front of me. I was always somebody else's retirement plan. I had to, for me, and I'm not saying this is the right path for everybody, but for me, I had to get punched in the face so damn hard that I could run out of excuses, that
Mm.
I could finally discover that I hadn't been showing up in life. And once I got to that point and I realized, it was the day that I told my wife that, we were about to lose everything. That night, I walked up to the mirror in my bathroom and I looked myself dead in the eyes and I did not like the motherfucker looking back at me.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
And, instantly realized I just wasn't doing the things that I needed to do to build a business. I wasn't doing reach outs. I wasn't doing sales. I wasn't doing business development. I was hiding behind my computer creating things, you know, partially because I didn't know what a CEO did, but partially because that shit was hard.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do those type of things. So I started a regimen of every night going to the mirror and saying, I'm proud of you. And
Mm.
the first thing that popped up every time I said, I'm proud of you, usually was some sort of negative voice. And whatever that negative voice or thing was, I immediately went to work on that. So I'd say, I'm proud of you. And I'd say, yeah, but you're not doing the reach outs. Cool. Let's get the reach outs. And I started doing the reach outs. I'm proud of you. But yeah, but you're not getting any new deals. You're not asking for the sale. You're not doing those. So I'd start doing that. And
Hmm.
by constantly going to the mirror and just saying, I'm proud of you and having these things pop up that for the reasons I weren't proud of. And at one point I said it, business was starting to click, and I said, "I'm proud of you." And they go, that little voice was kind of like, "Yeah, but you're not spending time with Elizabeth,
Oh, wow.
right? Yeah, you're not being faithful as a husband, but you're not being faithful to what you told her, how you would show up for her."
Sure.
And so I had to start turning things more to her, and I started bringing her more into the spotlight as my wife as I'm doing all this, and going. But you can't lie to yourself.
Yeah.
So when you go to the mirror and say, I'm proud of you, then that you're going to know really quick where you're not showing up. And it's fascinating to learn a lot about yourself. And tell everybody, if you want to learn who you are, start a business because
Yeah,
you're
for
going to get
sure.
punched in the face so damn hard,
Yeah.
you're going to run out of excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that whole mirror thing. And was that your idea, or did a coach present that to you, or somebody like that?
Nah, so I'm not an easily coached person,
Yeah.
because it triggers my I don't want to be told what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I learn everything through osmosis and going through it.
Hmm.
And now I'm really good at hearing how somebody else has done something
Hmm.
and taking from it, what I need to take away.
Yeah.
But as soon as you tell me I need to do something, I'm out, right? All my hackles pop up. So this was just, something that I one day going back to the mirror because it worked, the first time I did it. I looked at the mirror and it was like I could see me, but I had no thoughts going through my head. So I was getting a little frustrated. I'm like, that was supposed to work. It's been working. It's not working. And I looked at myself, and the first words I said was, I love you.
Mm.
And instantly my voice went, nope, no, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was what started me down the path. And then I found, when you told people I love you, they did not vibe with that thing. It just felt too weird for them.
Yeah,
So
for
I'm like,
sure.
okay, what's another big, powerful word that people would lean into? And I was on one of our masterminds, and this gal had done a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
Her name is Lori, and she's got a great podcast called "Fine as a Four-Letter Word," and she was doing a lot of work on herself, and she had literally um, accomplished a huge thing for her. And I looked at her and I said, "I'm proud of you," and she instantly welled up in her eyes,
Wow.
and she goes, "Donnie, I haven't heard those words since my parents passed away." And I realized that we don't ever hear those words. Nobody
Mm.
says I'm proud of you.
Hmm.
So that was the night I went to the mirror and I said I'm proud of you, and fucking right instantly, everything that I wasn't liking about myself at the moment popped up. I'm like, cool, now we know what to go work on. So I tell everybody, whatever pops up, you either got to go do or fix, and you do one of those two things. And people are like, well, how do I do it? Well, usually it's if you're not proud because your business is not there, your revenue's not coming in, or whatever that thing
Hmm.
is.
Hmm.
Go figure out what are the actions inside of that you're not doing that you know you should be doing, and the answers will pop up. And people have come back and they've said, well, I went in the mirror and said, I'm proud of you, and I'm not proud because I'm not doing good enough. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, what's not doing good enough mean? Where aren't you being good enough at? Break it down to the smaller things so you actually have a tangible thing you can go work on. And man, going through it is how everything is figured out. That's how you evolve.